Good morning, students. Today I am going to continue the story of village Palampur, chapter number 1 from economics. So, my dear students, as I told you in my previous classes about the different kind of development and farming activities in village Palampur, in which wages fixed by the government according to the March 2017 was 300 rupees per person per day. Alright, and also I told you about that in village Palampur most of the people are unemployed or less employed. That's why they are agreeing to work as any going wages. Now, your next topic is the capital needed in farming. So, you know very well that to do any kind of modern farming or anything for the agriculture activity and also to do any kind of business, money or capital is needed. So one question will arise here that from where farmers arranging money or capital to do farming in their field or to do any kind of business activities, etc. So on the basis of one example which I am going to discuss with you, you can understand that from where small farmers and medium farmers and big farmers arranging money for cultivation or for agriculture activity in their field. So students, you know very well that most of the small farmer arranging money from the local landlords or money lenders who are living in his or in her villages, and due to the absence of money, if small farmers are wants to do agriculture activity, then they have to borrow money from the large farmers or village money lenders or big traders who supply various inputs and giving loan for various activities related to the agriculture. But students, whatever loan given by the big farmers or traders or anyone in the villages, whatever rate of interest on such loan is charges by money lenders very high, and they are put to great distress to repay the loan. For example, Savita, who wanted to cultivate her field and she plans to cultivate wheat on her 1 hectare plots of land, and for the carrying of all these agriculture activity, she had required seeds, fertilizers and pesticides, and also she needs some cash to buy water or for artificial irrigation facilities, and she is estimating that for the carrying of these activity she has required 3,000 rupees. But as you know very well that she is very poor and she does not have money. So finally she decides to pay to borrow money from the big farmers whose name was Tejpal Singh, and Tejpal Singh agrees to give loan to Savita at a very high interest rate. But whatever charge or interest rate putting by Tejpal Singh on the loan, that was too high in the compare of loans whatever given by a bank to person. uh, that loan is very cheap, and whatever loan given by the common people or landlord or by the informal sector, that was too much high, like whatever loan given by Tejpal Singh to Savita, on that interest rate of 20% for 4 months, alright, which was very high. And anyhow, Savita promised to work, and she said to him that after the cultivation of crop, she will return his money. But anyhow, Savita fails to repay the loan on the fixed month. That's why, in the absence of money, she agrees to do work in Tejpal Singh field to repay his loan. And you know very well that Savita was a housewife, and she was a mother of 3 children, and she had a lot of household responsibility at her home, and she has also take care of his children also. And you know very well that agriculture season of any region or any area is very much busy, as well as like all the agriculture activity carried by the people to do farming activity his or her field. And just in contrast, big farmers arrange money from the bank, and they are doing agriculture activity in his or her field. And students, you know very well that in contrast, small farmers and medium and large farmers have their own saving also for farming activities. And if in any case they have no money to do any kind of cultivation in his or her field, then they can take loan from the bank, because they have property and capital and part of big land in which they can show the papers of that property in bank, and they can borrow money to carry on the activities related to agriculture in the compare of poor farmers. Alright. So students, on the basis of this example, you can understand that in the absence of money, poor farmers taking or borrowing money from the big farmers or big traders from his her own villages where they were living, and small farmers and medium-sized farmers and big farmers has his or her own saving to do all the agriculture activities in the field. After that, second topic is sale of surplus farm products. So students, you know very well that in every villages of India, big farmers, medium-sized farmers producing wheat, rice or anything in his or her field, and after the cultivation of crops, when crops harvested by them and production is completed, after the keeping some part of the crops to feed his or her family members and to complete their needs and requirement and for their livelihood, whatever crop left or much production after keeping some part of the crop to feed their families, rest of the crop sell by the big farmers and medium-sized farmers in nearby market. For example, as you can see that Govind, who was a small farmer, and he has sufficient food grains to feed their family members or to complete their day by day needs. And after keeping some part of the crops, whatever part of crops left, that was sold by Govind in the marketplace. In this way, he can earn some extra money to complete their needs and requirement, and after that he can arrange some money to carry on the agriculture activity for next month. So another example is also given, that is Tejpal Singh, and you know very well that he was a very large farmer, and he has surplus or extra wheat from his land, and he sells the surplus wheat at nearby market and earn very good money. So one question will arise here, that what does Tejpal Singh do with his earnings? So my dear students, as you know very well that after completing the all needs and requirement related to the going years, whatever extra money keeping by the big farmers or Tejpal Singh, that is deposited by him into bank, and after some time later, on the basis of that credit, he can able to buy tractor or any capital, which is also an example of fixed capital. And fixed capital, which is very helpful for the cultivation of crops and for the transportation of extra crops or surplus crops from one area to another area for selling and purchasing, etc., etc. And in this way, sometimes Tejpal Singh also giving his tractor on the rent to another person. So students, you can understand that big farmers like Tejpal Singh can earn more and more on the basis of fixed capital, and sometimes they are also giving loan to others like Savita to carry on her agriculture activity in the agriculture field. And in this way, you can understand that how big farmers makes a lot of money from whatever they are earning and whatever they earn from last year. On the basis of that, they can make more and more money. Alright. After that, next one is non-farm activities in Palampur. So my dear students, you know very well that in every villages of India and everywhere, after the agriculture activity, most of the people are busy in another type of activities for earning money. So as well as in village Palampur also, if 75% people who are small farmers, medium-sized farmers and big farmers busy in agriculture activity, as well as 25% people who are living in village Palampur, but they are busy in another kind of activities to earn some money. And you know very well that agriculture is a very important and main occupation of village Palampur, but still some people are busy another type of activities, like some are busy in dairy farming, some are shopkeeping, and some are busy in transportation services. So students, those activities which are not related to the agriculture is called or known as non-farm activities. So first example is non-farm activity, dairy. And dairy is also a very common activity, and in number of families who are living in village Palampur, they are busy in dairy farming. And you know very well that people of village Palampur feed their cattle or buffaloes on various kinds of grass and jowar and bajra, whatever they are growing during the rainy season. And whatever milk they are collecting from their cattle, that milk is sold in nearby village or town, and two traders of Shahpur town have set up collection of milk center at Raiganj. From there they transported milk from their village to another city, and in this way they are able to earn more and more money. After that, next example is the shopkeepers of Palampur. So students, as you know very well that in every villages of India or in Palampur also, some people who are busy in agriculture activity, some are busy in non-farm activities, and in which some are doing dairy farming, then some are busy in shopkeeping also. And you know very well that these small shopkeepers make money after the selling of a number of things like rice, wheat, sugar, tea, oil, biscuits, soap, toothpaste, batteries, and daily needed things in his shop they are keeping and they are selling. And all these things taken by these small shopkeepers from the nearby cities. In this way, they are able to earn some money. And students, you know very well that people who are having a plot of land or house nearby the marketplace or nearby the bus stand, in small place they are opening their shop and they are busy to selling these small things which are used by people every day. Then in this way, people are busy in non-farm activities in village Palampur. After that, your next example is transportation system. So as well as in all the villages of India, in village Palampur, people are busy in transportation services also. As I told you in my previous explanation that on the roads of village Palampur and Shahpur and Raiganj, which are connecting with each other, on that road we can see rickshawala, tangawala, jeep, tractor, truck drivers who are busy for the transportation of goods, services and people from village to Raiganj and Raiganj to Shahpur and nearby big cities, etc., etc. So on the basis of one example, we can understand Karim, who was a farm laborer like other laborers, but Kishore was unable to complete his family needs and requirement related to day by day. And few years back, Kishora took a loan from the bank, and under the government program, which was giving very cheap loans on very low interest rate to poor poor people or to those who are landless households or daily wage earners. Then, on the basis of that loan, Kishora bought a buffalo with this money, and now he is selling buffalo's milk in nearby the market and earning some money. After that, Karim, who is a literate person and knows about computer system and computer technology, then Karim opened a computer class center in the villages, and large number of students have been attending his computer center and learning computer typing and number of things whatever related to the computer programming, etc., etc. So in this way, people who are literate, they can also able to do some non-farm activities and can earn some money. After that, small scale manufacturing. So as you know very well that in cities we can see number of big industries and factories where large number of people are working and busy in producing goods and services. But in villages, people still doing some activities which are non-farm activities, like small scale manufacturing at his or her home. For example, making chips or pickles with the help of their family member. Someone is busy to making wheat flour, and somebody is busy in pottery and somebody is busy in basket weaving. So this type of small scale manufacturing done by the people of village Palampur also with the help of their family members, and in this way they can earn some money to complete their needs and requirement. So my dear students, you can understand that on the basis of this example, that how people who are living in villages, and if they are not busy in agriculture activity, then they are doing non-farm activities to complete their needs and requirement. And as I told you in my above explanation, whatever fixed capital bought by the Tejpal Singh light tractor, and Kishora also bought a buffalo, and these are the example of fixed capital. And Karim is also buying a computer, and all these things are the example of fixed capital. Alright, so for today that's all, and in my next class I will send you question and answer. Thank you and have a nice day.